She left home one morning like she always did, but this time she never came back. Nobody noticed anything unusual at first. It was just another quiet day in a small town where nothing ever really happened. The sun rose the same way it always did, the streets slowly filled with people going to work, children heading to school, and life moving in its usual rhythm. But by the time the sun set, one family's world had completely shattered. A girl had disappeared without a trace. No calls, no messages, no signs of struggle, just silence. And silence, in cases like this, is never peaceful. It is terrifying, because silence usually means something has gone very, very wrong. Welcome to CaseVanta, where every story hides a darker truth beneath the surface, and every missing person is more than just a headline. Today's story is about a girl who walked out of her home one morning and never returned. What happened to her could have been an accident, a plan, or something far more disturbing than anyone was ready to accept. It all began in a quiet neighborhood on the edge of the city. The girl, let's call her Aisha, was 19 years old. She was known as responsible, calm, and deeply attached to her family. She wasn't someone who would just leave without telling anyone. Her routine was simple: college in the morning, back home by afternoon, sometimes helping her mother with household chores, and spending evenings on her phone or studying. That morning seemed normal. Her mother remembered seeing her in the kitchen, preparing tea while checking her phone. She ate a light breakfast, wore her usual clothes, and adjusted her scarf before stepping out. Nothing unusual.
No arguments. No emotional distress.
No signs that anything was wrong. But that was the last time her family saw her. When hours passed and she didn't return home, her mother initially thought she might have gone to a friend's house or gotten delayed at college. But as evening approached, worry slowly turned into panic. Calls were made. Friends were contacted. Her college confirmed she never attended her classes that day. That's when fear entered the house. By nightfall, the family was desperately searching, calling her phone repeatedly, but it kept ringing, unanswered. Then suddenly, it was switched off. That one detail changed everything. The next morning, the case was reported to the local authorities. But what they found, or rather, what they didn't find, only deepened the mystery. There were no CCTV cameras directly outside her home. No clear witnesses. No one remembered seeing her leave at a specific time. It was as if she had simply vanished into the air. Investigators started retracing her steps. Her phone records showed something strange. The last active location ping was just a few streets away from her home, near a small intersection that led to both the main road and a quieter, less traveled alley. That intersection became the center of the investigation. Police began questioning neighbors. Some said they saw a girl walking alone around the estimated time. Others weren't sure. Memory is unreliable, especially when people don't realize they are witnessing something important in the moment. But one detail stood out. A shopkeeper nearby mentioned seeing a white car parked unusually long that morning. He didn't think much of it at the time, but when shown Aisha's picture, he hesitated. He wasn't sure, but he thought he might have seen her walking in that direction. That was the first lead. But it wasn't enough. The car had no visible number plate from the angle he remembered. And without CCTV footage, there was no way to confirm anything. As the days passed, hope slowly began to fade, but the investigation continued. Her phone was eventually traced again, this time showing brief activity in a different area several kilometers away. But by the time police reached there was nothing. No device, no signal, no witnesses. Just another dead end. Her family refused to believe she had simply run away. They insisted she would never leave like that. She was close to her younger brother, deeply attached to her mother, and had future plans she often talked about. She wanted to complete her studies and become financially independent. Nothing about her life suggested disappearance by choice. But investigators had to consider every possibility, including voluntary disappearance, kidnapping, or something more dangerous. Then, a disturbing detail emerged. Aisha had recently received messages from an unknown number. At first, they were harmless, just random greetings. But over time, they became more persistent. Short messages. No name. No identity. Just timing that seemed off. Late night pings. Unanswered calls. She never told her family about it. When investigators recovered her phone data, they found the number had been blocked just 2 days before her disappearance. But what mattered more was that the number was still active after she vanished. That shifted the direction of the case. The police traced the number, but it was registered under a fake identity, a prepaid SIM, bought without proper verification. A dead end again. But patterns like this are never random.